Hey, you guys, post-production Enoch here. I just recorded an entire episode. It's really not that long. I probably could have recorded the whole thing again, but I'm not going to. But the whole thing was in 2x zoom, so it's just really close to my face, like this. And I'm just gonna keep it. So you guys enjoy the close-up of the face of Enoch today, and luckily it's just a podcast, so you can just listen to it. Anyway, enjoy it. So, this episode is going to be out of the norm. I think I said that last episode. They're all going to be out of the norm, man. But today I just want to talk about, I just want to yap. I just want to give you a message of hope. I know it can feel lonely, dark, boring, gray, and sometimes not worth living. I get it. I totally understand. And the thing about pornography addiction is that you seek something to try and fill a need. Most of the time, it's a need to feel like connected and loved, and to feel like you can confide in somebody, which is a big reason why the world of AI, like AI girlfriends, right? AI pornography is becoming so popular, is because most people that are addicted to porn are lonely. They don't have somebody that they feel like they can confide in. See, that's the important part. They don't feel like it. They probably do. You probably do. If you haven't told anybody, you probably do. But it's scary. It's really scary to want to tell somebody, or to actually tell somebody. Odds are you do want to tell somebody if you haven't already. That's kind of easy, wanting to. But doing it is a whole other story, right? So I want to ask you, if you're in a place, I want you to close your eyes. Okay, and I want you to rate yourself, rate yourself. So you take a scale, okay, a scale of 0 to 100, 0 being low, 100 being high. Where do you feel like your sense of worth is on this scale from 0 to 100? I'll give you a second. The first answer that pops into your head. Boom. Okay. Now, let me tell you, on average, most of the time, that number is probably 30%. And so, if you're higher than that, congrats. If you're lower than that, it's okay. Okay, I've heard anywhere from 0 to 90. There's no wrong answer there. I want you now to, let's slow things down a little bit. Let's go back to the day that you were born. However many years ago that was. Okay, we take a little time travel machine, we hop in that little red phone booth. Okay, we time travel woo, 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 all the way back to that day that you were born. And you are now in the hospital room or wherever you were born. You are now watching yourself come into this world. Now, I don't know how many of you guys have actually seen like what a newborn looks like, right? Like brand new baby that comes into this world. But man, like the day that my daughters are born, right? Their fingernails are so perfect. Their little fingers. Our second daughter's fingers are nice and long. Her toes were longer than her first. Our first are more little stubby, cute little feet. But their fingernails, toenails, their proportions are so out of whack. Their head is huge. Okay, but they're just teeny. And so you're looking at yourself come into this world. You're this perfect little loaf. Okay, this perfect little baby. As you're looking at yourself, okay, this version of you that just came into the world, what is the worth of that baby? Probably 100%, right? That's probably what you're saying. And you'd be right. The worth of that baby is 100%. Now, here's the thing. No matter what number you said, okay, if it was 1 or if it was 90, if it was 50, 60, 70, 40, whatever it was, where did the rest of that worth go? So if your worth was 30% in your original scale, and you said 70 was your original number, or sorry, 30 was your original number, where did 70% of that worth go over the years? up until this point? Where'd it go? Now, a lot of the common answers that I hear are, well, things that I've done, things that I've said, the stuff that I've watched, referring to things like pornography. And so let me ask you, is what you do or what you say, does that affect your worth in any way? If you've been listening long enough, you'll know the answer is no. Although, for some reason, we start to tie our worth to the things that we do. I don't know what it is in just our culture as human beings. We think that what we do all of a sudden changes our value here as a human being. And that's the important distinction, right? A human being versus a human doing. You are a human being. You're not a human doing. What you do does not affect who you are. They are completely separate. So you could be a total bum on the street, okay? Hey, dude, if you're a bum on the street and you're listening to this podcast, shout out to you, for real. But if you're a bum on the street, okay, or you see a bum out on the street, what is the worth of that person? 100%. It is. Now, that person may not be providing much value to society, right? But his value or her value as a human being is 100%. That person is enough. It doesn't matter what they've done. So same goes for you. There is no difference between the bum on the street and you as far as value is concerned, as far as worth is concerned. Now, yes, I totally understand that there are behaviors that we want to try and change and behaviors that aren't ideal, they're not good, we want to get them out of here, right? And that's totally cool. But we need to direct that energy towards your behavior, not to you. You are not a bad person. You are not an addict. You are a human being. Somebody who's growing, learning, wants to feel connected, wants to feel loved. You are someone who has dreams, goals, aspirations. You have this version of yourself that's somewhere in the future that you want to become that might feel unattainable. You might feel stuck. You might feel like a total loser, dweeb, or seeing the distance between that version of you and your current self. But let me tell you, dude, that version of yourself is possible to obtain. But also, the worth of that version of yourself and the worth of your current self is the same. There's going to be no difference. You are enough now and you will always be enough then. And so I want you to take a step back, take a deep breath. Have some grace for yourself, man. You are doing so much better than you think you are. Sure, you might make mistakes. You're probably making a mistake right now. Who knows? Hopefully you're not PMO into the podcast. I never know. You never know about people, man. But that is okay. Mistakes prove that you are a person trying to become better, trying to achieve something more. And so in your mind, start to separate the two of what I do and who I am. Who you are is infinite. You have an infinite amount of potential. Who is always enough. Nothing can touch your worth. And then you have behaviors. And behaviors are the things that we can look at and judge, be like, yeah, that's probably not a good behavior. That sucks. Let's stop that. But it doesn't affect who I am as a person. I'm still enough even though I watch pornography. I'm still enough even though I struggle with alcohol. I'm enough even though I struggle with all of these other hard drugs. I am still enough. And this behavior is something that I want to change. So dude, I am telling you, once you can separate those two, recovery will start to change for you. Because we think that we have to do certain things, right? We have to not watch pornography in order to be enough. We have to not watch pornography in order to actually have a sense of worth and value. No, that's not true. You could keep watching pornography till your heart's content, bro. You could watch pornography until you get ED. You could watch pornography for the rest of your life, and you will always be enough. You will still be enough. That's obviously not the point, right? The point, you can still become this version of you that you want to become, because we can look at the behaviors and say, that those suck, let's change those. But again, worth, value, it's always going to be the same. So dude, you are enough. You are. There is nothing that you can do on this planet that will change that. There is nothing that will affect your worth as a human being, because that's exactly what you are. You are a human being. You are not a human being. Human doing. So a fun little exercise you can do this week is to take a pen and paper and write down who you are as a person, as a human being. Who are you? And then on the other half, write down your behaviors. Literally separate the two. You are not an addict. You are a person wanting to feel loved, wanting to feel connected. You're a person who doesn't quite know how to deal with really hard emotions or feelings. On the left or right, whatever, write a bunch of I am statements. I am blank, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. And then on the right or the other side, write down the behaviors that you're currently doing that you may not want to engage in. And realize that this person of I am enough, my worth is 100%. This version of you can't be touched by these actions, by these behaviors over here. You guys, I hope this is helpful. Dude, you are killing it. You are doing an amazing job. Keep going. Keep your head up. Know that things are going to be okay. They are. Take one step at a time. The most important step you can take is the next one.